Well, 10 years on.
Hi, I'm Boy George, and I'll be talking to Richard soon here on the station.
Chat with the one, the only George O'Dowd, better known as Boy George, who with his band Culture Club set the charts alight in the early 80s with songs such as Do You Really Want to Hurt Me and Karma Chameleon before disbanding in a puff of smoke. George's solo career didn't achieve the same dizzy heights, and his name was seen more in scandal rags and court pages in the pop charts, following drug charges and public humiliation. George has never made a secret of his sexuality, flaunting and obviously enjoying his status as a gay icon. And he took the opportunity to come to Australia to promote his new book and his new album, and to be special guest at last week's Gay Mardi Gras.
The Mardi Gras was a little bit too gay-obsessed for my liking. And I know that, you know, might upset some queens, but I just like being around different types of people. I don't like being in a kind of confined, ghettoised environment.
Do you think it's a mistake to have this enforced segregation?
Yeah, I think it's an absolute fatal mistake. Because, you know, at the end of the day, what we're saying is we want equality. And, you know, gay pride, if you like, or Mardi Gras, whatever you want to call it, should be a day for, you know, mixing with the community and showing them, you know, your kind of sunny side, isn't it? It's like all come together and celebrate our differences.
How much has your sexuality dictated the course of your life?
Well, in some ways it's been a blessing, you know, because on some levels, you know, I mean, in a way, I suppose when I was a kid, for a while, when I was very young, it made me feel kind of weird. But then at a certain point, it made me feel kind of special. I think you have to choose. It's like you can go through your life feeling like inferior, or you can feel like it's something makes me different. I mean, no one really knows what you are, but there's just something odd about you, and people just poke you where it hurts. You know, and that's sort of, I think, one of the reasons why I suppose I wanted to be famous. Because, you know, ever since I was a kid, you know, like pop music, the entertainment world, showbiz, it seemed like a great place to hide. You know, it's like a fantasy realm. You can be what you like on stage. It's amazing what you can get away with when you're number one. You know, they give you the keys to Tasmania. They give you the keys to Adelaide. You know, it's just crazy. Oh, they did. I got the keys to Tasmania. I have them.
Really?
Yes.
I'll give everything I own. Give up my life, my heart, my home.
Why the return to Boy George as opposed to Jesus Loves You?
Well, Jesus Loves You was kind of like a project, and it was like a way of me sort of making music without having too much attention. You know, I mean, the idea was to slip in through the back door, you know, because I knew that if I did another Boy George record, it would be like, oh, it's another comeback. With Jesus Loves You, it was a lot more underground. And in a way, it gave me time to build up my confidence. You know, the first Jesus Loves You record, After the Love, in England was like Single of the Week and NME, and it was like, I finally got my credibility back. By not being kind of desperate, by not kind of going out and saying, hi, I'm here again, by just kind of being underground. And that's, in a way, helped me, because after Culture Club, you know, I was really kind of shattered for a while, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do or whether I could do it. You know, because I think I was very insecure about my abilities, and so the whole...
Really? Coming off such a huge success?
Well, it was a huge success at the beginning, and then it was like a big black hole.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it just took me a while to kind of decide what I wanted to do. It's taken me 5 years, actually.
You spent much of your life in the spotlight. We've seen the highs and the lows. Tell me about that bleak period in your life when we saw you traipsing in and out of court.
Well, a lot of the time I was kind of out of my head anyway, so it was like I was oblivious to really what was going on. You know, it was like a big circus. And, you know, and I talk a lot about that in my autobiography. I talk about how I went to court when I got fined. I was on drugs. You know, I was just out of it most of the time. And it was like, looking back at that now, I mean, even looking back at Culture Club, I can't even imagine that it was me. You know, and certainly a lot of my friends, you know, we laugh about that. You know, if we look at old pictures and say, God, you know, it's so weird. Like, it's as if it was another person, another kind of time, another place.
Good to have him back and on a roll, isn't it? George's new album, Cheapness and Beauty, is released early May, and his book, Take It Like a Man, is out in April.
The wonder of pop music.